Hello everyone, it's Kelly here from Spiritual Awakening Signs, coming to you today with our intuitive card reading specifically for spiritual awakening. So this is what we're going to be starting to do a little bit more often, card readings for what you need to know most right now to help you and guide you and lead you forward in your spiritual awakening, and we can always trust that we'll get fantastic answers through the cards. Now there's a few things I want you to know before we begin. When you're working with the cards and you're getting the messages from us, when you find this video, the messages are timeless. So whether you're watching the video live or whether you find it a few years from now, makes no difference. The message finds you at the appropriate time. The message finds you when you're supposed to know the message, when it's whatever it is that you need to know. So that's what we're going to be working with. And also, I work with angel cards rather than tarot cards. And I state this because it's not important whether you have any affinity with the angels or whether you feel connected or even whether you believe in angels. It doesn't matter. This is just a funnel for us to get the messages that we're looking for. And I use angel cards purely because they tend to be more positive and constructive in their messaging than tarot cards. Tarot cards can breed a lot of fear, and we don't need fear right now. We've got enough going on in spiritual awakening, so we'll be getting some good messages that way. So I'd like to say hello to everyone who's watching live. Please do let me know who you are and where you're from. And also what I'm going to invite you to do is to intuit what number of card is going to be your message today. So just start thinking, is it number 1, 2 or 3? And the first number that pops into your head is the number for you. Don't second guess it, always go with the first one. Okay, so let me know below what number is resonating with you, number 1, 2 or 3. Okay, now what we're going to do before we begin is I'm going to pull a card for everyone. So this is really a guidance and message collectively for all of us that are going through the awakening pathway right now, everyone on that awakening and ascension journey. Okay, so please feel free to share this with anyone who is also on that journey and might need a little message to pick them up. So we always begin by clearing the cards and just having a little shuffle. I'm just going to put that intention into the cards. Okay. So let's see what comes up. Last time we had quite a few cards jumping out. I don't know if anyone remembers. We had a repeat of the same cards, which is always an indication that the guides really want you to pay attention to that one. So let's just see a card for all of us. What do we most need to know right now? Okay, I can feel this is the one we've got. Okay, interesting. This is one that came up last time as well. So we've got this card, Daydream, is coming up. Don't know if you can see that, Daydream. Now the Daydream card is, it can be last time I know that we discussed it, it was about kind of checking out mentally. But this time I feel that the Daydream card is coming up. It's all about spirituality, it's all about mysticism, and it's very much about creating this sacred space. You can see this little tent that this lovely angel's in. It's about creating a sacred space where you can connect to your spirituality. Maybe you're doing some practices, maybe you are, using incense or doing meditation or doing some form of prayer or trying to connect up. Well, this is an indication that you are actually moving into your power in that area, and also that it's becoming a more relaxed thing. You can see how relaxed this angel is in the image. She's just completely at ease with this experience. And the other thing that's coming up right now is that it's very much about allowing yourself to kind of naturally allow your imagination to unfold, because what I'm being shown is that when you allow your intuition to relax, it really becomes a bit like imagination. It's like this angel in the card, and it'll be probably backwards for you, but daydreaming. When you're daydreaming, you are completely in a space of possibility and imagination, and it's that type of energy that the guides are encouraging you to connect to right now, because what it's going to do is help you connect to your divine self, help you connect to that innate spirituality and that higher self in a really relaxed and easy way. So it's time to move into that now. So do let me know if any of these are resonating with you. Okay, so now we're getting into our card reading and we're going with cards 1, 2 and 3. So like I said before, let me know below what number is resonating for you. What number feels right? What number pops up in your head most quickly when you ask that question? What's your card number? 1, 2 or 3? And we're going to pull card number 1 first, okay? And of course, if you're watching this on the recording, you can scoot forward a little bit to your card number. Okay, here we go. So, card number 1, it's really interesting, you get the same messages pop up again and again. Card number 1, if this is your card, this is the energy we're working with right now. So what I'm being shown here, actually, despite the fact that I said at the beginning of the video, you don't need to be connected to the angels, this is actually an indicator that you are very connected to the angels. The message that I'm getting from this card is that you are able to connect to the angels, that the angels are working with your energy, particularly in the evening. So I'm feeling like maybe when you're a bit more relaxed, when you're the image that they're showing me is when you're maybe relaxing, watching TV at night, or you're reading, you're lying down, sitting. They are working with your energy, and they are indicating that they're sending you signs. So if you've started to notice that maybe you feel little brushes of energy against your skin, maybe you start to detect temperature fluctuations, maybe you smell a particular scent, the angels are trying to let you know that they are actually there for you, and they're working with you right now. And they really, this lovely heart image that's showing up is they have so much love for you, so much love for you. The other thing that's coming up just now is I feel like there is a lot of bad feeling maybe towards yourself. There could be conflict with other people, but the bad feeling that's coming up is a sense of not being able to forgive yourself. So if there's something ruminating in your awakening that you can't get over, that you can't forgive yourself for, this card's really an indicator of taking a different perspective and recognising that the angels look upon us like children, like these two little lovely angels in the bottom. They look at us like children. They don't get angry, they don't fall out with you, they don't reject you. When you make a mistake and you've got something to learn, they're there to support you, even if you didn't listen to their guidance. Okay, they don't get it doesn't ruffle their feathers, so to speak. So if you feel that you've been getting signs and you didn't take it, or you feel that there's something you can't be forgiven for, they're really indicating that it's time to set that burden down. It's time to let that go and accept the love that's all around you, and in particular the love from the angels. So again, nighttime is coming up in a really strong way, so be aware in the evenings of what is showing up for you, what energy is presenting itself, and what it is that's really showing up for you to make you think that something is connecting to you in the evenings. And this card lets you know that it's the angels. Okay, so be aware of that. So that's card number 1. So let's get into card number 2 now. So if number 2 was your card, here we go. What you most need to know right now. And again, let me know below if you resonate with any of these messages. Let me know what number your card is today. It's always great to get a message from the angels. It really helps to move us forward. And also it's worth noting that it's not always just the angels that speak through angel cards. It can be your spirit guides, it can be higher vibrational beings, it can be ascended masters. We get the messages that we need most. Okay, so card number 2, we've got this lovely child card. Okay, the child card's coming up, and what I'm picking up from this is maybe you're going through a time right now where you're reflecting, you're looking back over your life, you're starting to think about the bigger picture. You might also be starting to think about the past, and you may even be drawn back to your childhood. There may be some childhood pain there that needs to be healed and needs to be resolved, and the feeling in this card is that you're still kind of sitting in that energy. You haven't quite shifted out of that painful energy that's showing up for you. And what I'm also sensing from this card is that you need to know that if you look at the lovely image on that card, the angels are absolutely looking after you, and they look after your inner child too. Your spirit guides, the ascended beings, the ascended masters, all of these energies are here to support you right now. So if you're finding it a little bit frightening maybe to tune into that childhood part of yourself or any of the past pain, this is an indicator that it's all really going to be okay. It's time for you to set that burden down. There's that theme again. Set the burden down and move forward in your awakening. I'm also picking up a lot of energy to do with children in general, so this may not resonate with everyone, so you'll know if it resonates with you, but it may be an indication of concerns about children in your life, or considering having children. Maybe you've got concerns about your own children. There's some energies there about vulnerability and becoming aware of vulnerability and really wanting to swoop in and save people who are in a vulnerable position, which of course is an energy showing up for all of us right now. And there's also a very big sense that you're coming back to who you are. Maybe you're questioning who you are right now, but this energy that's moving in for you in your spiritual awakening is about really realigning you with who you are, recognizing who you are truly at source, your higher divine self, and starting to realign with that part of yourself, knowing who you are within. And I feel like you're also going to be shifting a lot of the fear around that energy and that perspective. You're going to be moving that now. So good shifts coming for you, and just know again that the spirit guides, the angels, the ascended beings, the ascended masters, this card is an indicator that they are there. They are absolutely holding that little baby in their arms. So that is really a message from them to say, we've got you. Okay, no matter what your pain is, no matter how vulnerable you feel, no matter if you feel like you just don't know how to move forward or what's going on, we've got you. That is a big message of support. So a lovely message to keep you in alignment right now. So just put your thoughts out and know that the guides are there for you. Okay, so let's get into card number 3. Let's see what message is coming up for us right now. And again, let me know if any of these messages are resonating with you and the themes that are coming up in your awakening right now. Let's just see what we've got. Oh, interesting message. Okay, card number 3. So a little bit of a different energy that's coming up now, but still on that kind of childlike vibration. So the energy of this card is all about play. It's all about tuning into the inner child. So really building on the last card, tuning into the inner child within you and allowing that vulnerable, happy, carefree part of yourself to step forward. Because this card would really be an indicator that you maybe have been a little bit too serious recently. Maybe you've found things a bit too much. Maybe you've found the pressure is all a bit too heavy and you are feeling really overwhelmed. Well, this card is an indicator that you need to get back in touch with the lighter, happier, playful side of yourself, that childlike part of yourself that doesn't really get an outlet. So this would make me think not necessarily that we're doing healing on the inner child like there was in the last card, but I think more about just really allowing that part of yourself to step forward and to have fun. And I'm being shown that you'll laugh more when you do that, when you integrate that part of yourself. And that's a really important part of awakening. We need to integrate the child part of ourselves or it remains stunted, it remains stuck where it is. So you need to be able to laugh, you need to be able to be silly, and you need to be able to kind of let off the steam and be playful and a little bit mischievous, just like a child. You know, you see the wonder in everything. It's about really bringing that energy back into your life so that you can start to enjoy life again. Life can be fun. The energy of this card is telling me that maybe responsibilities are weighing a bit too heavily on you. Maybe the pressure of daily life is just feeling that it's all too much. Well, really this card is a hint that you need to take some time for yourself. And it's not, the message that I'm getting is it's not about taking time for yourself in a kind of grown up way. It's about doing the silly stuff, doing something that's really going to nourish your inner child. Maybe, you know, when you were a kid you loved to play on the swings, or maybe you liked to do crafts, or maybe you liked to paint, or maybe you were funny and you entertained everybody. There's always something that you did when you were a child that you lose as you grow older. And this card is an indicator, actually this card is an invitation to reconnect with that part of yourself. And I feel like now is a really good time to do that. Now is a time when we're stuck indoors most of the time, so You know, if there's something that you did when you were a kid that you really enjoyed, that was really that it was me time, you know, something that was me time when you were a kid, that's the thing that you want to maybe engage in a little bit to help to bring this childlike part of you forward and really give them the outlet. Because what you can see with that is when you move into that energy, the image in this card is literally showing you that you can walk on water. It's like everything changes when you just have that spring in your step and you have that positive energy. So it does start to shift, and you need to allow that part of yourself to come forward to really fully embody every different part of you, which is such an important part of spiritual awakening process. And the fact that we've got all lovely pinks and flowers and nice things, it's about moving into the nice aspects of life. It's a choice. It's a choice sometimes to be happy or to be sad. And while that can sound quite harsh, I definitely recognise in awakening that there are times where it just completely overwhelms you, but there are times where you can kind of wrangle that energy and say, no, you know, I'm going to focus on the positive things. I'm going to take some time for me, and that's what this card's all about. Okay, so do let me know, guys, if any of those messages resonated with you. Let me know if it spoke to you, if it was in alignment with the issue that's coming up right now. I'm going to continue to do these videos. We'll do them a little bit more often, and we will keep them focused on intuitive card readings for those of us going through the spiritual awakening process, so that we've got some guidance to really lead us forward, and it's a little bit more specific, because sometimes one size doesn't really fit all. With, you know, if you generalize with card readings, this is for those of us that are on the awakening pathway, that are going through ascension, going through kundalini rising, all these different types of terms that really are a catch-all for just ascension and how rough it is. And I would love to be able to continue to share these messages with you. So do hit the bell below to be notified when we go live, or you can subscribe to get notified whenever we upload a new video. We'll be doing more of these, and I would love to share them with you. And I hope these messages bring you comfort at this challenging time. Take care and have a good day.